everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Pat Foster with Transworld. We're out at Cahuilla Creek today testing the 2019 Honda CRF250R. So 2018, Honda came out with an all-new bike and really hit it out of the park. This is one of our favorite bikes last year. Just a really fun bike. It revved so freely. It had a ton of mid-range and a lot of top end. Really pulled a long ways up onto the top. You know, they went back to the spring fork and the suspension was fantastic. Really fun to corner, probably one of the best cornering bikes in the class. If it had a downfall, it was the low end. You need to have that low end mostly for mistakes or tighter corners. And if you weren't paying attention, it was easy for this thing to fall on its face right off the bottom. So Honda spent a lot of time on the 2019 working on some engine internals, trying to gain some low end. They actually did a great job at it. In fact, they did such a good job that they ended up having to shorten the header pipe on the right-hand side to gain some of the top end that they lost. So knowing Honda's objective was to gain some more low end, which is what we were really looking for as well, I can tell you after spending the day on the bike, they did an excellent job. Much more substantial feeling down low. It's got a crisp hit, pulls a lot better. I still don't know that it hits as hard as the Yamaha, which I think is the class leader in low end, but this new Honda is much closer. We're at Cahuilla today. It's a track that I think is pretty favorable to the Honda because it's fast, it's high speed, but there's some tight corners out here where you have to downshift down into second. You're almost stopped, and the bike pulls so much better on the low end. So it just really helps bridge the gap from the low into the mid-range. The mid-range continues to be great, substantial, it pulls really well, and then the top end is amazing. I don't think they lost any top end. Usually you have to sacrifice a little top end if you're gaining bottom or sacrifice bottom for top. I think Honda did an amazing job this year adding bottom without sacrificing any top end. So the Honda comes with 3 different maps, bar mounted, easy to adjust, really cool. I spent most of my time in the standard today. Really a good mix of strong low end and good top for Cahuilla. I think if I was at a tighter track like Milestone, I'd probably run map 3, which is more aggressive, gives you a little bit more hit down low. It kind of runs out a little earlier on top, which I didn't like here at Cahuilla, but I think a lot of tracks a little tighter, maybe map 3 would be better. But map 1 was great. I didn't spend much time in map 2. That kind of softens the power everywhere. I don't know too many people that need a 250F to be softer, but it exists if you're in slippery conditions. What really shines on the Honda is the chassis. This thing, it just feels small, it feels light, it feels nimble, narrow, sleek, easy to move around on. Just really fun, and it's so amazing in the corners. It's so stable and planted. The new fork is excellent. I went 2 clickers stiffer on the compression and front and rear, and I did 2 clicks of rebound front and rear. I just like my bike to be a little bit slower, a little less movement. It seemed to stay really well connected to the track. So it's stable and confidence inspiring going into the corners. But man, once you laid into the corners, this thing just carves so well. So we have our 250 shootout coming up in a couple weeks. And like I said, the Honda did great last year. The only thing we really think it was lacking was some low end. And this one's got substantially more low end. So it's gonna make the shootout pretty interesting. You guys stay tuned. Thank you very much.